friends, as I promised, today we will discuss equilibrium and disequilibrium in balance of payment. First we will discuss the positive part, then we will go to negative, because equilibrium we will see the first part. What is equilibrium in balance of payment means? Equilibrium is that state of the balance of payment over the relevant time period which makes it possible to sustain an open economy without severe unemployment in a continuing basis. I am repeating the definition of equilibrium one more time. Equilibrium is that state of balance of payment over the relevant time period which makes it possible to sustain an open economy without severe unemployment on a continuing basis. What is the important key elements or key word of the definition? Obviously it is a state, it is a situation, it is a state of a balance of payment where we have to see it's over a relevant time period. Relevant time period means basically we took a one economic year, get it, which makes it possible to sustain an open economy. Open economy means where the import and export is very free, means open economy means there is no restriction on the import. So this is a period for one economic year a country should consistently sustain on the open economy without severe unemployment. Without severe unemployment means absence of unemployment, means employment will be more, unemployment will be very less, get it, and on a continuing basis. Continuing basis means capable of being sustained. This is the definition of balance of equilibrium, get it, balance of payment in equilibrium. Then we will see there are two kind of equilibrium. One is static equilibrium and second is dynamic equilibrium. First we will discuss what is static equilibrium. Static means only, not in economic sense. If you will see a general sense of static equilibrium, static means it is a state where the bodies are at a stationary or a rest period. Get it? All the things are in a rest period. So static equilibrium is one of the situation in which the export equal import, including export and import of service as well as goods and other items on the balance of payment, such as short term capital, long term capital, monetary gold, everything is in zero. Get it? So this is everything in the rest period means zero. This is the situation or state when the export and import of everything is being zero. This is known as static equilibrium. I hope it is clear for you. Then we will go to the next part, that is a dynamic equilibrium. Dynamic equilibrium means it is a state where the bodies are moving at a constant velocity, means a rectilinear velocity, in a constant velocity. It will move but in a very constant velocity. So the condition of equilibrium for short period of time is that export and import differ by the amount of short term capital movement of gold and there are no large destabilizing short term movement. Maybe movement is there but the movement is not destabilizing. The movement of export and import is being in a constant velocity, that is dynamic equilibrium. Okay, this is all part of equilibrium. Now we will see balance of payment disequilibrium. If we will see balance of payment disequilibrium, a disequilibrium in the balance of payment means it's a condition of surplus or deficit. It may be surplus or deficit. There are three main type of disequilibrium: cyclical disequilibrium, secular disequilibrium and structural disequilibrium. If question will come how many disequilibrium condition are there in balance of payment, you have to write 3: cyclical disequilibrium, secular disequilibrium and structural disequilibrium. In cyclical disequilibrium, there is caused by countries having so many situations are there. Cyclical disequilibrium happen in a country, and what are the main cause? This is the cause by country having different cyclical pattern of income, or same income pattern with different income elasticities, or identical income pattern and income elasticities differ from price elasticities. So any cause will be there for causing the cyclical disequilibrium. It's may be different cyclical pattern of income, it's may be same income pattern with different income elasticities, or it's may be identical income pattern, and also there will be income elasticities differ from price elasticities. Maybe any reasons are there for occurring of cyclical disequilibrium. Now we'll come to second part, that is secular disequilibrium. What is secular disequilibrium? Actually, secular disequilibrium is obviously a long-term phenomenon. This equilibrium not happen very suddenly, it takes time. Get it? So what is the secular disequilibrium? It is caused by persistent, deep-rooted dynamic changes which slowly take place in the economy over a long time period. Get it? For a long time period, what are the slowly process is going on, and after that what is the dynamic changes are there, that is known as secular disequilibrium. And this secular disequilibrium, it may be caused by dynamic forces such as first you can take it as a population growth, then it may be territorial expansion, it may be technological development, and technological changes is a very important part, because after that a comparative regions came, market came to a comparison, market came to a comprehensive states. Get it? Then we will come to the last part of disequilibrium, that is structural disequilibrium. Structural disequilibrium occurs on account of structural changes in some sectors of economy, just like primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. You can take it private sector and public sector, in organized sector and unorganized sector. What are the different sectors are there? When changes happen there, we found the disequilibrium in structural way. And some sectors of economy at home or abroad which may alter demand or supply relation of export and import or both. Structural disequilibrium at the factor level result from factor price which fail to reflect accurately the factor endowment. This is all about two type of equilibrium and three type of disequilibrium. This is for today. If any doubt is there, please ask me on the comment. I'll give the answer. So what is the next class? In the next class, we will go to measure to correct the disequilibrium. If equilibrium in balance of payment is sustained, means that is okay. But if disequilibrium is there, then what we'll do to correct and to convert the disequilibrium into the equilibrium in balance of payment. Thank you class. This is for today.